Well, good morning, everyone. How you doing as we're our first business day going on the shutdown? Spiritually speaking, there's a lot more evil going on behind the scenes. I don't know if you saw the other day, but KASH PATEL was being questioned in front of Congress. And this is why KASH PATEL needs to go. Sorry, he took the good game. He said all the right things. He made a lot of promise. He can't be trusted. In fact, that guy should have been fired a couple months ago. He has hurt the Trump administration. Him and Pam Bondi and the cast of other Jezebel females on his staff. Yep, I went there. I'm not going to keep going there. KASH PATEL, when being asked by Florida Representative Jared Moskowitz, he's claiming, that social media needs to be censored. All the conspiracy theories going on about, Charlie Kirk, his death, and everything. Don't you think there should be some censorship on social media? To which KASH PATEL says, yeah, I think I agree with that. And that's why KASH PATEL should be fired. Now, Moskowitz went on to talk about, people like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. And even though Candace Owens sounds very convincing, the biggest giveaway on why Candace Owens is probably not telling the truth is because she's still on YouTube. That should be your biggest giveaway right there. And by the way, remember when YouTube promised to reinstate all the channels that were exterminated, taken off, taken down, call it what you want. Well, and I was one of them. I want my old channel back. Am I going? Am I coming? Am I going, dude? Come on. Thank you. All right. What was I saying as I'm getting through pavement work here? Oh yeah, the fact that she's still on YouTube should be a dead giveaway on why she's probably not telling the truth. She's probably, at this point, you gotta assume that she could be a paid operative. Because the people who were telling the truth were singing the next on Elon Musk's platform, so-called free speech. There's a lot of people who've not gotten their channels back since he's taken over. Now, are there people in there that may be preventing this? Oh yeah, this is a spiritual warfare. No doubt about that. This is spiritual warfare all around. Even on True Social, Devin Nunes has to be fired because there's still a lot of censorship and shadow banning going on True Social. I mean, we have seen in real time how scary and how infiltrated evil has been able to infiltrate everywhere. And when Amy Klobuchar was questioning KASH PATEL, she says that she believes in a gun ban. Oh, no kidding. And that would he consider an assault weapons ban? I'm sorry, but his answer should have been absolutely not. That is the right of all Second Amendment citizens. And says, well, we got to take all things into consideration. I'm sorry. The answer should have been what I just said. Absolutely not. Because the only thing that prevents a bad guy from getting away with murder with a gun is a good guy. The problem is we have too many no-gun zones. And since criminals don't break laws, and they have every intent of dying for their cause, or taking out many people, or wanting to give up their freedoms to go to jail, they have nothing to lose. A good guy with a gun does not want to lose what has taken him a lifetime to get and keep and be a good citizen. So right there, from that aspect alone, those two questions which Kash Patel blew, he should be gone. And I will go back to the fact that, one, he has a Hindu background, and he's written children's books about Wiccan and witchcraft. Sorry, he needs to go. And I've been saying, Trump administration spiritually is under siege. In fact, it's in prison. Again, I will point to the video where Paula White goes on stage and says Trump called her because he saw a broadcast of her, and Paula White goes to him, I don't need your money, I have it. I don't need your fame because I have it. I want your soul. She said, I want your soul. Now you should give your soul to Jesus Christ. I want your soul. She's the head of the pastoral team. She's a gatekeeper. She's a spiritual gatekeeper. And I'm sorry, she can't be trusted. She was a product of T.D. Jakes, who's been known to be part of a lot of homosexual, a lot of freak-offs. And I guarantee you, he is in the Epstein files, which is probably why the Epstein files have not been released, because Paula White and the Jezebels has spiritually blinded him. Yet the fact that Pam Bondi was a Bushy, and the Bushies are involved in a lot of crap, sorry, I'm sure she's hiding a lot of her friends and a lot of their friends. Susan Stiles, as you dig deep about her and her connections, another gatekeeper. Michael Savage, who was a big part of Trump in his first term and a big term of his second, third campaign, once he got in office, he said, all of a sudden, boom, he was cut off. He probably thanks Susie Stiles for that. I guarantee you Susie Stiles has got some connections to all this Epstein stuff, and I guarantee her and a lot of her friends are also probably involved. And this is why I've been telling you, something's going to happen to the Trump administration. Him personally, well, he's going to be so devastated, he'll be brought down to his knees, and he has to be humble, because honestly, the bullet he almost took to his head that got his right ear wasn't a big enough wake-up call. Now, I don't want this to be a Trump bashing video. Like I said, he's done plenty of good things. He continues to do plenty of good things. Like this government shutdown needs to happen. But spiritually, he's in prison. I won't forget when she said, Susie Stiles made me do it. That's how much power she has. That was like a cry for help, if you ask me. Or, I hope I go to heaven all these peace deals I'm making. Really? You have a spiritual advisory board there. They should be telling you how to get to heaven. But you don't know? It just goes to show you. Paula White needs to go. Kristi Noem needs to go. Marco Rubio needs to go. I'm sorry. What are the common things with most of these people? They're all women. And I'm going to say it again. Where in the Bible does it say that a woman shall rule over man? And we all know Trump's weakness. He loves his women. So you can have several Jezebel spirits in that Oval Office who have him in prison right now. Sorry, we got to go there, because a lot of things aren't happening. All right? We saw the protests where those protesters got 2 tables away from Trump, and the Secret Service is standing around not doing a thing until Trump told them to do something. The Spirit Airlines flight was got about 6 miles away from Air Force One. Sorry, things aren't right. And now that I've gotten a chance to digest what happened to Charlie Kirk about, let's see, exactly 20 days ago. Was it 21 days ago? 3 weeks. Even though that funeral was a beautiful thing, there's a lot of praise and worship. A lot of people came to Christ. Did you know that the so-called head of the pastoral team, Paula White, wasn't there? Why? Because she's a witch. Not only that, but I find it amazing, as I'm thinking about it now, how they had this elaborate funeral about a week after his death. Inside, well, it was not a church, it wasn't even a funeral home, it was an entire stadium. Now, granted, he had a big turnout. Over 8,000 people there, millions around the world watching. But how on earth do you all of a sudden rent out a stadium within a week for a funeral? Now, the only time I remember seeing that was the Sniper made a movie after. Kyle something, I can't remember. They rented out Texas Stadium for his funeral. But even his funeral was not as elaborate as this one. I mean, there was fireworks, pyrotechnics, this and that. It was almost like it was planned. And of course, now Erica Kirk is in charge of Turning Point USA. Another woman leaning over a man. I know it's his wife. I know it's emotional. Oh, my feelings. But you guys start questioning things. I mean, she hosted one of his shows, I think a couple times. And I'm sorry, but I mean, I really hope it's the Jesus in her that's making her strong right now. Because she looked awfully strong for a woman who just saw her husband get his head blown off in front of the world. Yeah, I'm going to go there. I'm sorry. But you have to question everything now. And now the connections are coming out. I know a lot of producers that come out. And I say her connections, her dad's connections to Trump, to Raytheon, to Israel. Listen, we got to go there. You cannot take anything off the table anymore. There's just so much stuff coming out that it takes weeks and weeks for me to digest the stuff now because, one, I have a life. I like to do other things. The weather's still beautiful. I love playoff baseball. So I'm up a lot of nights thinking about this stuff probably instead of working, which I should be doing. But something else I found out about that movie Snake Eyes in 1998. I had no idea that the assassination attempt scene in that movie takes place in Atlantic City in a hotel called the Taj Mahal. Who built the Taj Mahal and owned it? Donald Trump. What was the theme of the movie? Believe everything but your eyes. I mean, on top of the day of September 10th, the assassin had the name Tyler as part of his name. I mean, you can't make this crap up. Like I said, Charlie Kirk was only 4 years old when this movie came out, which means he's about 1 to 3 years old when they started making it. I just, what are the odds? You ask yourself, how many coincidences until it's mathematically impossible? And Nick Fuentes, who I watch from time to time, I'm definitely not a big fan of him, but even he said the same thing. I'm saying, I mean, doesn't she look awfully cozy and turn around for a woman who had her head blown off? I mean, listen, look, I'm an animal lover. I remember when my cat died on my 42nd birthday, I was bawling my eyes out. When I had buried my other cat, years, my tomcat, years prior, bawling my eyes out. I buried put my dog to sleep, a black and tan coonhound. I bawled my eyes out. That's for an animal. That's for an animal. My dog Brandy, bawled my eyes out. Terrible day. Snoopy, bawled my eyes out. Terrible day. That's for an animal. Now, maybe behind closed doors, she goes in and she cries and she probably says, "Wow, I don't know if it's going on here." But my goodness, I know she's loaded because of Charlie, but she's gone from being behind the scenes into the total spotlight now. Sorry, you gotta question your head on things. Anyway, what's your opinion? Your comments down below. Love to hear it. Keep the country in prayer. Now, spiritual warfare. The people in the Trump administration, a lot of them need to be taken out. All these women, Kristi Noem, Susie Stiles, Pam Bondi, Paula White, they all need to go. KASH PATEL needs to go. Sorry, they do. I'm starting to believe Marco Rubio needs to go because he's starting to sound like a neocon warmonger now. And suddenly the America First agenda has become second to everything else. We still have an immigration problem. We still have ICE agents getting attacked. We got groups of people taking over certain parts of the country. There's Antifa in Portland, the Muslims in Dearborn, illegals here, illegals there, Somalis in Minnesota. As I've been saying, we're approaching the too late timeline. Trump better get honest because if the Patriots start attacking, it's too late and he's got a lot of problems on his head. Remember, folks, spiritual warfare, particularly get the junk out of the White House and around the Trump administration. God bless you all. We'll talk to you later.